It's Rob!
Tony!
We're in gaming!
And that's you!
Hello gamers and welcome back to the Inn. I'm Rob, of course, or Warshack if you want to call me by my in-game name. Today we're going to be going from rank 8 to 7 in this Road to Legend episode. We are going to be playing a mix of decks this season. Until we kind of hit that mark, we'll most likely play Control Warrior, but we'll start off with probably playing some mid-range Shaman. And for every one we'll lose, we'll switch a deck. So the 3 decks I plan on pretty much playing are going to be the mid-range Shaman, Cthulhu Druid, and then there's another one in there, the Hunter deck, the N'Zoth Hunter deck. So we're going to play those 3 decks, and then every time we'll lose, we'll change it up. But if we keep winning, we'll keep playing the same deck. And then when we get down to like rank, I don't know, 4, 5, 3, somewhere in there, we'll probably switch over to the Control Warrior, and we'll go from there. So we know that when we play Totem Golem, we're going to be overloaded a turn. So having the Totemic in our hand really doesn't seem that great. So we're hoping for like a 1-drop. This works because we play the Totem on 2, we passive on 3, and then we play it into the 4, which is pretty nice. So unfortunately we didn't get the Tunnel Trog, which is like the best 1-drop we could have gotten because we so many overloads, and the fact that we're not playing anything else but overloads, but it's okay. A few things I wanted to mention. Forgot. Anyway, for those of you who are new to the inn, hopefully his huge toad can attack the Totem Golem, and then he has the possibility of killing it, so we're just going to hope it doesn't. For those of you who are new to the inn, you're not familiar with our Road to Legend videos, wow, he's just going to go face. We normally play until we get to the rank we want, and if we don't, it kind of splits off into part 1 and part 2. So we're going to use our passive here, and then we're going to swing into the, hopefully it doesn't kill, okay, that's good. I was hoping it would go face, or would get like a healing totem or something, so it would actually live. But in this situation, our Totem Golem gets to live, and then we get to play the 7/7 next turn. And then this will probably trade with every plays this turn, unless it's the Karen Grub, which obviously the Totem Golem can't kill a 2/4 or 2/5. Okay, so this is a little reactive from the Hunter, not really that big of a deal for us. I'm just gonna hope that he does not have the Deadly Shot, because that's going to be this guy's biggest fear. Like if he uses Hunter's Mark, at least he used a card, and then he's going to have to swing his weapon into it. But with the Deadly Shot, it's going to be pretty rough for us to come back. But we do have the Totemic to follow up, because after he uses Deadly Shot, he most likely doesn't have anything else to play. And it really, okay. That's fine. We can actually just attack the 7/7 into that. We'll go into Totemic first to see what we get. Maybe a Totem Golem, maybe a Mana Tide. Ooh, Mana Tide, that's really good. So, E3 is like today, or not today, but Tony Tony flew out to E3 with a bunch of our friends that we go with every year. And unfortunately, I can't go because I have class, which really sucks. Wow, he's gonna get a rag. That's an interesting card to have in a Hunter deck. So yeah, it really sucks. And I had to pick my dad up from the airport today, which kind of really sucks because it's just like a reminder that I'm not going to the airport, but I had to pick someone up from the airport as Tony's being dropped off at the airport along with all our other friends that are going to E3. It's just really, it stinks, guys. I really wish I could have gone. All right, so we can Doom Hammer. We have double Rock Biter. That is so much damage. We actually could just start going face. Like, this is an insane amount of damage we're about to pump out over the course of, like, we literally, I believe, have lethal. Because this is, this would go to 10, 16, 19, and then the Flame Tongue is 21. So we're 1 off if we double Rock Biter next turn, which we will do. We're just going to hope he doesn't have, like, Harrison or something like that. So he has another Elec, which doesn't show he has a Harrison. He does not win this joust, even though we both rolled 1. And then Houndmaster. So it's actually going to have a taunt, which is kind of annoying, but it's okay because we can get through it. So I guess we'll use another Tuskar Totemic. See what we whip out. Okie dokie. So we actually could Rock Biter, hit once, go face for 5, and then swing there into here. Or we could just Rock Biter, or we'd Flame Tongue, and then we'd swing, and then we'd go face for 4. I think we Flame Tongue. I think we build up a bigger board more than anything. And then we'll just keep going face, because the faster we can get him down, we have double Rock Biter. That's just too much damage to ignore. Normally, you'd play this a little bit more like field control-ish, but but because of our hand right now, we're definitely just going to go for Rock Biter. And this should be lethal right here. No one really plays around the double Rock Biter. That's just too much damage. We only run one Doomhammer too, so it's not like this is a common thing that happens. But when it does, you just gotta go phase. I stay going phase. And again, because we have class, we're recording extremely early, so I'm trying to drink as much coffee as I can to be awake. But yeah, so that kind of goes over that. It really sucks. Every year for the past 3 years, I've gone to E3. It's been me, Tony, Gabe, another one of our friends, Jordan. Sometimes Jeff joins us. I think, yeah, Jeff is going this year. It just really sucks that I can't go, especially because it's like school reasons. Like if I just had class and nothing else, maybe I could have gone. But I've got like a couple presentations this week. I've got like 2 quizzes, and then just a bunch of in-class shit that if you don't show up, they just give you a 0 for it. And they're just like, oh, well, you should have gone to class. Well, it's like, oh, well, you know, I don't know if you know this or not, but E3 is like the biggest electronics convention of the year. If you wanted to go, you couldn't, but I can, and I would like to, and you know, and I can't because it's school. It's like school is to get you a good job, but you go to E3 for your job. So it's like counterintuitive. It's horrible. It's like if I could go to E3, it'd be so fantastic. Like you meet so many great people. Really nothing to do here. This Doomsayer really shut me down. Normally we'd Totem Golem and start going in, but we can't. The max damage we could do is like Flame Tongue and then hit that thing for 3, but that's still not enough. There's no reason to use our Totem either, because it's just going to die. We're just going to casually just skip over our turn, give him back initiative. Okie dokie. Totemic's pretty sick here. So if we summon Totem Golem, it actually lives against this. But then we're overloaded 1, and then we can Totemic next turn. But if we Totemic now, then we're at 4 mana next turn, which means we can coin into the Doomhammer the following turn. So it's kind of, do we think our Totem Golem's going to live or not? And I think we're just going to Golem now. Because then when we coin into the Totemic, we don't even have to coin into it. When we just play the Totemic next turn, then we can just save the Doomhammer. And then the Doomhammer overloads us too, then we can play the Valiant the following turn. So it should be okay, theoretically. We're gonna make this trade. I think we just play the Totemic, right? Because we could Flame Juggler, coin into Flame Tongue, but I really don't like that. We'll just play on curve. Oh wow, that's really good. We've been getting pretty lucky with our Totemics. Normally, if you get the Flame Tongue, I mean, Totem Golem's probably by far the best one, depending on the situation, but most of the time, Totem Golem's the best. Wow, rip Totem. And then he's probably going to kill, yeah, that would make sense. Kill the one with the higher HP. Alright, so now we could coin into the Fire Elemental and then kill off this, or we could go into the Doomhammer and then swing once. But this actually gets a creature down, which is pretty nice, and I like that. Or we could just go ahead and Flame Tongue Totem in between here, kill off this, and then Spirits for 2. But then they just die to the Eagle Horn Bow.
I wonder.
I think we go with the Fire Elemental. I don't mind it. Puts a decent sized creature down and his weapon can't kill it. If we would have went to summon the Dogies, he could actually kill the Dogies. And then we would only have 4/3 on the field, and we'd be overloaded 2. That doesn't feel that great. Alright, so we go Spirits. This is going to go face. And then we're going to put this in between here. And the reason being he's going to have to swing his weapon into one of these, and then this guy's going to take 1 damage, and then we can Flame Juggler next turn, and hopefully the Flame Juggler hits the Savannah Highmane. That was my hope. Because I know you're like, oh, you missed 2 damage, you didn't put it besides this Fire Elemental, but then he wouldn't take as much damage through his weapon attacking this, and then it wouldn't put his Savannah Highmane to 4. Or to 1 HP. Because right now he's at 20, and if he takes 4 more and 6, then he's at 10, and that's questionable because we already have Doomhammer, and then 1 Rockbiter will do it. Wow, he's not playing around Hex whatsoever. Alright, so if we draw Hex, it's almost like an auto win, but we'll see what happens. This is not good. Oh man, this sucks. Alright, so I guess we throw down the flame. Like, Doomhammer swinging into that just feels terrible. If we play the Flame Juggler and it hits there, then we can Flame Tongue into that and kill it. Or if we Doomhammer, then it summons 2 2/2s, we kill both 2/2s, and we just go face. I'm gonna do this play. Alright, well that didn't work out. That was pretty bad. Oh man. Alright. I guess we should have done the Doomhammer play. And then they would only, but then we wouldn't have a field at all. Like, not drawing into a Hex was pretty bad. That was very important that we had, like, it was very important that we drew into a Hex. And we just did not. Actually, might change 1 Valen out with something. Seems like this just sits in my hand too long. It's really good later on in the game, but it's just like early on, it seems like we have just a lot of 5-drops and it slows our curve down a lot. So this is going to swing into there, most likely. This is bad. So our best draw would probably be into Lightning Storm. Yeah. So our best draw is like Lightning Storm, and then we can get the Spell Power Totem. If not, I believe we lose. Yeah, that's not good. I don't think there's a way to get past this. That's too much damage. Because this is going to be 5, then the swing, and then there's another 5, and that puts us at... Yeah, this is...
There is a lot at stake.
Taunt Totem? I still don't even think this buys us. Because this swings into here, and then he just has 10... Yeah, alright. So we're going to move on to Cthulhu Druid now. It's so interesting that the meta changes so quickly. Like, I wouldn't even say quickly, Hunter's been on the rise. But like, if we notice at the first, not this most recent tournament, but the tournament before this one this past weekend, and this past weekend would have been the 12th, this Dice one, or whatever you want to call his name. Fish? I don't know. Hunter was played, what was it? It was like 4%. And then the following tournament, it was played 15 point something %. Like, it went up. It was like the most increased deck that people played. Like, every other deck made like maybe 4 or 5% like increase or decrease, like max. And then you have Hunter that just like went from being played like nothing to one of like almost as popular as Warlock, Warrior. Warlock, Warrior. Can't even think of the other class now. Shaman. The one I was just playing. Going against a mage, swipe probably not. I think there's better cards than the... Oh, we can actually turn 3 this guy. I kind of like that. And I like the Raven Idol off the start. We'll just keep it like this. We can ramp that out pretty quickly. So yeah, it was just like, ever since people started seeing that Hunter's really not that bad, we've seen a huge spike in the amount of players playing it. It's really not a bad deck whatsoever. It was just interesting. Like, I was playing it a lot, and I'm like, how are people not playing this deck? It's fantastic. And then like 3 weeks later, 2 weeks later, everybody starts playing the deck. All right, so I think Force of Nature is the go-to here. Mulch is decent, but it's not necessary against a mage. Soul of the Forest is, again, good, but we're not like, we're not playing aggro, so it's pointless. So I guess Force of Nature is just the go-to in this situation. I wish we would have gotten maybe like a Wild Growth. That would have been pretty cool, because then we would have Wild Growth next turn and then innervated out the 6-drop. But now we're kind of stuck in the path that we have to play it on turn 3. We're going to go ahead and just hit this for 3 damage, and then we'll go ahead and summon the 5/7 next turn. And then we can follow this up and maybe draw a 4-drop. If not, we just Raven Idol.
dead or alive.
Alright, Spell Slinger for the charge. That's actually pretty good. Alright, so we're going to be playing this 6-drop. I wish it was an Emperor we were playing, but the 5/7 is still nice. I guess it can't get Fireballed, right? So Fireball still doesn't kill it. But I see it maybe getting Frostbolted and then Fireballed the following turn. If you charge a minion after it's been frozen, does it actually still get charged? I don't think so. Alright, the Waker into coin. Oh, the mirror image. Okay. That's brutal. Alright, so we can summon a Chillwind Yeti, or we tap for, or we go for the 1. I think we play the Chillwind Yeti in this situation. And then we'll go for the Force of Nature next turn. Not playing a creature against a mage does not feel good. I know a lot of people that smile in my face. Any comments in the chat? Everybody likes Tony's new haircut. Cool. Oh my god, when the intro told me that that's you, and I said, no, that's not me, and then I watched over my shoulder, and damn it, I'm wearing a green t-shirt just like the guy in your intro. Hilarious. Glad you enjoy it, Failed. Pulsate. There's a lot of people who greatly enjoyed our intro. I think we're not going to change the intro, but we might start adding things to it. But that's a doozy. We got to get Tony on board with it. All right, so hopefully our Dark Barbacoa will live. Rip Barbacoa. Will it live? Will it live? Will it live? RNG's on our side, boys. RNG is on our side today. But, like, the chances that lived were so very, very slim. Like, we just got exceedingly lucky. So this is going to swing into there. We know this. We could go draw 3, but I really don't care about drawing 3. I'd rather just play a whole bunch of 2/2s at the moment. Like, unless he has Blizzard, which I don't think he has in his deck, we still have 1 turn off Flame Strike, which means we're just going to trade off all of our 2/2s this turn. Or not all of them. Well, it depends how many creatures he plays, but theoretically, we're losing 1/2/2 this turn. And I see him playing, Spell Slinger. Okay, that's fine. So we're just going to trade off most of this. It's interesting that he would trade, because I normally wouldn't trade. Like, there would be no reason for me to trade in that specific situation. And why is Starfire in here? When did this card... This isn't in my deck, right? We didn't even pick this. So what the fuck is a Starfire doing in here? I know we do not have a Starfire in this deck. Is there something I'm missing here? There has to be something I'm missing here. Alright, so we're going to go for a spell. I guess we'll go for another Raven Idol. I don't necessarily like any of the stuff that we received. So if this hits into there, that hits into there, then we still have 2 mana left over. So I guess we go for another Raven Idol. I guess we pick another Raven Idol. Oh, there's no reason not to. And we just go face. And then we Raven Idol again. I guess we Innervate, right? Because then we can Innervate out Cthulhu on turn 8, because we don't necessarily have a turn 8 play. So he's 11/11 now, so this makes sense. So we can play Veklor next turn, and then the following turn Innervate Cthulhu. And then theoretically we should win. But I'm going to see why there's a Starfire in this deck. I didn't pick this. I'm almost 100% sure I did not pick this from a Raven Idol. I do not recall this. I'm either still drunk from last night, or I'm just seeing things.
Feast of souls begins now.
Alright, so this goes into... Actually, this can actually live. But how much do we want this to live? If he Flame Strikes, I don't want that to happen, so it's just going to face. The reason we didn't swing the 4/5 into the 2/1 is because if he Flame Strikes, everything lives right now. He still can't ping anything off. But if we were to swing our 4/5 into there and keep our 2/1 alive, he could actually... The 4/5 would die through a Flame Strike. So there's a fireball. Normally you always want to fireball the one that has the battle cry, just in case there's an effect in this game that brings it back to my hand by any means. Not saying that that's going to happen, but like, let's say this does come back to my hand, I can replay this and it makes another one, but if you would have killed that one first, I killed both of them, so it doesn't matter anyway. But normally you'd kill the one that, yeah, you get what I was saying. So we're going to Cthulhu this, for sure, and then hopefully it just kills both these creatures. It should. There it goes. And then we just go phase for 4. And unless he has a polymorph here, he loses. And if he had a polymorph, he would have used it probably instead of a fireball last turn, unless he was saving polymorph for Cthulhu. Which would be smart, but then you wouldn't necessarily, I guess you would save it, but no one expects it on the turn 8. So it looks like you got an Entomb from the Spellslinger. That's pretty sick. But it doesn't necessarily matter because we do have game right here. We also could have charged this minion out and gave him more HP. Or we could have saved charge for Cthulhu and then innervate. No, that wouldn't have worked. That's only an additional mana, not 2 additional mana. So I'm going to check this deck. I am 100% sure we do not have a Starfire in here. So I'm going to take a look what the hell just happened there. There's no way we have a Starfire in here. Where did this Starfire come from? It's not in this deck. There's no Starfire in this deck, and I know I didn't make it from Raven Idol. We made a Force of Nature. So I have no idea, guys. Oh, it must have came from Spellslinger. No, Spellslinger gave us. What did Spellslinger give us? It gave us charge. I need to go back and watch that. I could be missing something very clear here. I probably am, but I want to know where Starfire came from. I really want to know where it came from. Not a mage. So I'm like mostly what I expect to see on ladder. We haven't seen a warlock in a long time. I expect to see mage, hunter, and shaman basically. That's the extent of the ladder. I really don't like any of these opening cards. Disciple of Cthulhu is good, but not against necessarily a mage, because he can just ping it down. I actually might change, just play 1 disciple, put in some other rampish cards.
Job's done.
Because Cthulhu by himself, like the disciple's good if you're playing against not like warrior. It's good, paladin. It's good, stuff like that, but not necessarily these kind of cards. I guess we just kill that, right? Because next turn we elder, and if we don't kill that and then we elder, and then he like frostbolt attacks it, that's bad. So I really don't see a problem with just killing off the mana worm. Okay, so we could elder, innervate, kill the apprentice. So if we don't kill the apprentice, bad things happen. So I don't really see a problem with killing the apprentice. Granted, we do have no cards in our hand now, but we have initiative. And then we do have a Chillwind Yeti next turn. And as long as we draw into a Nourish or an Azure Drake, we should be all fine. We should be fine.
Let's make magic.
Please don't have Arcane Blast. Nah, it looks like he has a Frostbolt based on the coining. Yeah. So if he had Arcane Blast, it would have just hit for 4 there. Azure Drake, how do we know? Like, even if this card doesn't get the battle cry of getting the +5 health, he's still a Chillwind Yeti, which I've mentioned before, which is so very good. Like, 410 for a 4-drop is insane, don't get me wrong, that's a lot better. But still, Chillwind Yeti is not bad. Like, he's going to have to fireball this, or he's going to have to waste another Frostbolt and then ping it. Like, it just requires a lot for someone to get rid of. Doom. That's interesting. Wow, seal. Didn't see that coming. Well, swipe doesn't do this much, so we're just going to Azure Drake, see what we draw. Living Earth is good, and then we go face for 4. It really sucks that we weren't able to kill any of his creatures, but it's not too bad as long as he doesn't have, like, Arcane Blast. A Sorcerer's Apprentice, I'm seeing, like, the Arcane Intellect here. Yeah. And now you can still do a lot. He can Arcane Blast for free, he can Arcane Missiles for free, there's the Arcane Blast, of course. He can still Frost, oh my, he got Arcane Blast and Missiles. Are you fucking kidding me? This guy is truly insane at this game. He is truly a god. Alright. So, we could swipe one of these, or we could just Twilight Elder. Living Roots this, but that doesn't feel that great. I feel like the swipe here, and then just killing this off is fair. Alright, so next turn is probably Elder, Living Roots. Hopefully we can maybe, if we draw into one of our 5-drops, our 4-drops, or another 4-drop would be fine. 3 or 4-drop. So we can draw a 3, 4-drop, or a 6-drop. That's a really good 7-drop for him, off the top. This only does 2, so it doesn't actually kill that now. Disciple is good, so there's a 3-drop we asked for. So we can't actually kill the 5/5, but we can kill the 2/3 with the Disciple and the Living Roots. So.
Do you hear its call?
I guess we could have just used our passive instead. Yeah, that was retarded. We didn't have to Living Roots that. I'm sorry, guys. And I shouldn't say that word anymore. I say that word way too much. That was silly of me. Yeah, we should have just used a... no, because there was only 1 mana, so I was right. Looks like we're going to get a decent Doom off. If we can rip the Innervate here, we might win because of Doom. Alright, we got the Living Roots. That's not so nice. Alright, so what do we do here? I feel like the Azure Drake staying alive is bad. Normally I would try to not kill his creatures and just get a bigger Doom, but leaving an Azure Drake up is bad, but Mana Wyrm's bad too. But there's not much we could do. So hopefully he just doesn't draw a Fireball. And it's kind of sad because Tempo Mage really doesn't, it's not that great right now. It's just that what changed the game was the Arcane Intellect into Missiles into Arcane Blast. That's what really did us in. It sucks. I didn't really want to win one, lose one every single time. But if that's what it is, that's what it is. All right. So what did we say we were going to play after this? Hunter? We'll play some Hunter. What also did I say I did not like? We'll keep Thunder Bluff for now. All right, so we're playing Hunter now. Normally between like ranks 8 and 5, we just kind of win them all. Like we'll lose a couple times here and there, but because of the win streak, we get there fairly quickly. I was playing a little bit over the weekend, and obviously when I play like the fun decks like Yogg and Load, we don't really win them all. But when we play like mid-range Shaman or Cthulhu Druid, we do fair.
Let the hunt begin. Bring it on.
Okay. I think we keep this, right? I mean, we have coin, so we actually could just skip the Huge Toad and go into these. But we're going to keep it just for a nice curve. Yeah, this is pretty sick. This is disgusting. If we drew into another 2-drop, we could actually coin out double 2. We're gonna hold off. We're not gonna do much. We're gonna coin into a 3. I like that better than a Huge Toad. It gives us initiative, but oh gosh, what do you get? All right, we won. Oh, that's not surprising. All right, so we're gonna coin into the Grub because the Grub can test the Elec. If we would have played like Animal Companion, and then he goes into like a Leok, I guess that lives. A Leok or a Misha lives, but if it was a Huffer, we would have lost. Oh my god, that was good for him. Alright, so now we want anything but a Leok. Anything but a Leok. Anything but a Leok. Alright. And then next turn is the Houndmaster. So hopefully he doesn't have the Houndmaster. Because so far his curve has been absolutely insane. So unleash the Hounds for the 1, the 2, and then the swinging to the Grub, which really sucks because this actually kills the Grub and we don't have something to Houndmaster, which makes me extremely sad. Alright, so we're gonna go with the Infested Wolf as it contests basically both cards on his side of the field. No one expects the Cult Master though. Oh, never mind. Oh, we were getting screwed today, boys. Will he make double trades? He trades one and then it hits the other one? Alright, it doesn't hit the other one. Alright, so I guess we go Animal Companion, Huge Toad. Huffer. I'll stay Huffer. If I wouldn't have made that trade, it could have died some other way. It would have happened anyway. So. And now he's going to play, hopefully not a Savannah Highman. Holy shit. This guy is relentless. This guy is a straight... Alright, so if he Houndmasters his Savannah Highman to kill mine, this guy is a true... Oh my fucking god. This guy is so good. Oh my god, guys. This is fucking insane right now. Can we please just get a break for one turn? Just like one turn of you not having a great curve. We've been holding up, but obviously he's winning in the HP battle. Oh my fuck. Oh my Lanta. Holy shit, guys. Oh, we could have played the Cold Master, but I don't even care. It doesn't matter. Holy shit. Alright. Rank 8, people. Rank 8. Never been so hard. Alright. Well, that means we go back to mid-range Shaman. And we just keep playing those 3 decks. Because those are the decks that I kind of want to rank up with. If we play other decks, though we can rank up, but it won't be as quickly. Not that this has been so quick. 30-ish minutes in, we've 1 star lower than what we started with. Oh, wow, you got... Trick or Troy got a Golden Hellscream and a Lay on Hands in a single pack. Pretty good. Congratulations, man.
For Doomhammer.
We're gonna get rid of everything in this hand. I'm not feeling it. 0 feels. This is pretty bad too. The Lightning Storm's fine. A lot of people stopped running Lightning Storm in their mid-range Shaman because it's pretty slow. And it also doesn't really help you out too much unless you play Hunter or Warlock or some sort of aggro Paladin. Alright, so I think we're going to go ahead and Trog into the Rock Fighter ourselves to kill the Imp. Next turn's probably Mana Tide, unless we draw into like a Feral Spirits or a Totem Golem, and then we can actually buff up our Tunnel Trog and make him so he makes decent trades. Alright, Direwolf Alpha. So Totem Golem would be a sick draw. Anything with Overload. Nice. Sick nasty, bros. And some of you may be saying, oh my god, he's so lucky he got Totem Golem off the top. There's a ton of Overload cards we could have drawn to do that. And if we look back on our previous game, the game we just got shitted on, or I should say shat on, bad things happen in that game. So it's not too crazy. Not too crazy. All right, so this can go into there, but then they both have 1 HP, which feels pretty bad. Or we just Lightning Storm. Actually, don't mind Lightning Storming this. Keeps both creatures alive. Or we just go Mana Tide Totem that swings into there. And then we could kill off one of the tentacles. And then keep a Lightning Storm. What is he thinking about? Like coining into another card? If he coins into another card, we Lightning Storm for sure. We're running 2 Lightning Storms though, so I really don't see a problem with it. Or we just go with the Mana Tide. What is his turn for? I really don't feel like having him keep a creature alive. We're just gonna Storm. Because the Tunnel Trog can now trade into whatever 4-drop he plays. Unless he peddlers into like a Boar or an Elven Archer. Rip. Elven Archer value? Alright, the Abusive. This is a hard one. So we either can go face for 5, 6, put him at 11, or deal 11 damage, or we go Mana Tide. I think we actually go Flame Tongue and we go face. But if we go face, it leaves 2 cards on the field. I don't like giving him any room to wiggle whatsoever. So I think we're going to go with the Mana Tide. We're going to make the trade here, and then we're going to go face for 4. Because this makes it so he has to kill both these creatures or the Mana Tide, and if not, we're just going to keep drawing, which kind of combats his hero power. And the reason being is we're not playing Aggro Shaman. If we were playing Aggro Shaman, we would have gone face, 100%. But we're not playing Aggro Shaman. We're playing Mid-Range Shaman. And Mid-Range Shaman does not have Lightning Bolts, Lava Bursts. We don't run 2 Doom Hammers. We run 1. So.
My shield for Argus.
Alright, so he's killing the Mana Tide, which is interesting. Okie dokie, well, both these creatures basically are going to have to make trades, right? There's no way, there's nothing in our hand that makes it so we don't make these trades. And now, if we, this puts us at 4, this is 3, this would be 2. This into this. That's pretty good. It's a huge card on the board. Or we go this into Flame Tongue, into Thing From Below, because Thing From Below, this would put us at 4, this would be 3. Yeah, that'd be fine. Okay. I guess Tunnel Trog into the Faceless is a little bit more on the board, but this puts a good amount of totems, so we draw into our Thunder Bluff. It's actually pretty solid. Rockbiter, so we're at, this is 10, 12, right? So we're missing, we have 1 off lethal. Feels bad. Feels bad. So I guess we go Tunnel Trog. Faceless, passive. I guess this could go into there, or we just go face with everything. I guess this goes into here, face with everything. Or this goes in there, face with the 2. There's no point, yeah. Like if we wouldn't have killed that, then he could have gotten a better defender of Argus, and he also can kill this other taunt totem, and we want to protect that taunt totem, so he has to swing into that, so he can't kill our Flame Tongue and or our Tunnel Trog. I just don't like having Zoo keep any creatures on the field if I don't have to. Like, field controls everything in that matchup. Because we know they don't run, like, Doom or Twisting Nether or Shadow Flame or, you know, Hellfire, Demon Wrath. They don't have any of that. So, like, if you just have good creatures on the board that have, you know, even if they have 1 to 2, 3 HP, it's not like he can deal with those creatures unless he attacks his creatures into them. Which, at that point, we're playing mid-range, he's playing aggressive, we'll outvalue him eventually. Alright, so this is basically, I wouldn't say the dream hand, but Tunnel Trog, Totem Golem is always what you're looking for in the opening. Whether you're playing aggro or mid-range Shaman, it's just a destructive opening. Also, the Totemic, some people are like, wow, you got the 1, 2, 3. Well, you got to remember the Totem Golem overloads you 1, which means you can't play the Totemic on 3. So, like, 1, 2, 2 is the best opening. Like, so Tunnel Trog, Totem Golem, stuff like that. So he's going to coin into what looks like a quick shot. So which is normally after you play the Totem Golem, you basically always see a passive from a Shaman, unless, oh gosh, he's hit face. Okay. Okay, so now this goes here, and we can actually use our passive or throw down the Flame Tongue. And I actually like, well, we play, I don't really mind the Flame Tongue, but we know we're playing the Totemic next turn, right? So if we play the Flame Tongue now, I think it's fine. We're going to play the Flame Tongue on the, if we play him on the left, then we have to play Totemic on the other side, so I think we're going to put him on the right. And also, if we use our passive, then it's next to it. Passive totems always go on the right. Okay, so now we're going to Totemic on the left. So if it is a Flame Tongue, it'll hit the Totem Golem. Because, like, let's say we put the Totemic here, he makes a totem to the right. If we put it on the left, he puts it to the right. So it'd be next to the Totem Golem. The Mana Tide totem is really huge here, guys, because now he has to swing his weapon into the Mana Tide, keeping our totem golem alive. And again, we've gotten pretty lucky with our totemics, so you don't always get the good totems. All right, so we're gonna go Azure Drake instead of Doomhammer here, just because the Azure Drake allows us to play the Fire Elemental next turn. And I kind of want to just keep this curve going. We don't have to Doomhammer yet. We have the Rockbiter Doomhammer, which can be a finisher because a lot of the hunters are playing Harrison now. So, yeah. So this is why I saved the. Didn't want to play the Doomhammer. Now we have double Rockbiter. Insane. So we actually have lethal next turn. So we just go Doomhammer, double Rockbiter, and then that's like 16 damage or something insane like that. And then we have 10 damage on the board. So as long as it's not a Misha, I think we're okay. So he's gonna kill command 1, but that's still not enough. Poor guy. You just can't play around that. It's whenever you get that sort of combination of cards, and that's what makes Shaman so powerful right now. You can't. There's nothing someone can do. You can't play around Rockbiter, Doomhammer, double Rockbiter on turn 7. It's just like what? It's just there's some games you lose, guys, and some games you just win. Like if I was him, I'd be so mad because it's bullshit. But that's just the way Hearthstone is sometimes, and that's almost how all card games are. I mean. Your opponent just gets a really good starting hand and you just don't. What are you gonna do? I mean, there's skill to a point. Like, don't get me wrong, but like if you get like a hand that just treats you to like that, it's really difficult. So I think we go for the 2-3. There's no reason to keep the Flame Tongue right now, and just go with the curve. Go with the curve. So hopefully we won't see a Tunnel Trog from him. We do. We do. That's pretty good for us, I suppose, maybe. So we're actually going to coin into the Flame Juggler just to see if we can knock off that Divine Shield. We did. And then next turn we can either Flame Tongue and or use our passive. Sorry guys. My shoulder itches. Give me a second. So the Abusive to make the trade, which means when we totem this turn, we're going to look for the Searing Totem. The 1/1. Alright, Spell Power. At least it reduced our thing from below, but it's still, like, if we were to summon the 1/1, it combats the Abusive Sergeant, so when we play the Totemic, it doesn't die. But now when we play the Totemic, it will die to this 2/1, which feels pretty bad. So this being a Totem Golem is huge. Another Spell Power, not so good. So he actually can just trade his 2/1 into the 3/2, and now basically our only comeback into this game is a Lightning Storm. Or if he doesn't have a solid turn 5. So that turn when he used his hero power, that was pretty slow for him, but since he was able to make that trade with the Totemic, like normally he'd only have one of these Spirit Wolves, but the fact that he has 2, it's a pretty big deal. And we can't Doomhammer this turn because we'd have to swing twice into one of these wolves, and that's not exactly what we're going for. And this is what I was saying about the Thunder Bluff being kind of slow. Like, imagine if the Thunder Bluff was maybe... What card would help us right now? I can't think of a card that really helps us right now, besides like an Elemental Destruction, something that clears the board. I'll have to look, but you see what I'm saying? Like, it's a good card, but it's just so slow. So right now, a Lightning Storm is the best card, because we'd hex the 7/7 Lightning Storm to clear board. We didn't get it, which is understandable. I guess we're just going to try to play as many creatures on the board as possible. That was pretty bad. It could have been anything else and I would have been happy, but one of these, not exactly what I was looking for. Alright, so this is going to go into here, this is going to go into here, and we're just going to hope that his turns are kind of slow from now on. Next turn is going to be Thunder Bluff passive, and then from there probably another Thunder Bluff and then passive. And hopefully he won't be able to deal with those. But as soon as, if he plays the Doomhammer, we're donezo. We're done though. One into the Azure Drake. Nice, nice. He's going for the field. He's going for the field. This is fantastic. No. Don't go for the face. Go for the, yeah, there you go. Go for that 2-3. We can't absorb. We can't take that face damage right now. We don't need that kind of shenanigans in here. All right, so we go Thunder Bluff, passive. We're gonna force him to have to deal with these cards. I was hoping this would be a Taunt Totem, so it would definitely absorb one of these shots. But if he doesn't deal with this, we Thunder Bluff again, we Tunnel Trog, we passive, and we go in, boys. So Tunnel Trog and probably a Totem Golem, double Trog into hopefully not another 7/7. All right, Spirits. All right, this is, again, we're looking for that Lightning Storm. This is very important. We run 2 of these for this specific reason right here. Please do not let me down, game. You let me down, game. All right. So we either go Thunder Bluff passive or we go Totem Golem, Tunnel Trog, Flame Tongue Totem. So I guess we go all in. I guess this can go here, and then this goes here. I don't think this is gonna be enough. Even with all of this, I don't think it's enough. We need that Lightning Storm. It's so very important. There's the Rock Biter, and then that's game. Yeah. So that's 10, and then 16 with Tunnel Frogs. Come on, Lightning Storm. There's so many draws into it too. Like so many opportunities. Like it wasn't just one opportunity that it could have come in clutch. It was like a persistent amount of times where it was the good cards to get. All right, so we're gonna take a look at this mid range, and it seems that this Thunder Bluff can go. And then what are we going to replace it with? Earth Shock is always pretty nice, but I don't really like it that much. I feel like we need something around. I don't know. I do not know. Could put another Spirits, but I don't really like that much. Fire Guide, Destroyer sets us off card. We'll go for Master of Evolution. We'll go for one of those guys. All right. All right, so we're gonna go back to the Cthulhu Druid, and then we are at 50 minutes, so we'll actually call it here, folks, and then we'll start up the next episode and kind of redo the runs. As always, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time on the road to Legend, where we will attempt again to go from rank 8 to 7. As always, I'm Warshack, of course, and happy whatever the hell day it is.